Everybody, it's Carol Billing. Hold on, because I got some stuff for you. I think it's good stuff, though, and I think it's useful stuff, so I'm super excited, actually, when they got it all done. Okay, so these 2 weeks right here are what we're working on in 10 days. I know it's a lot. Well, it's really not a lot, but okay, it's definitely a full 2 weekends of work. So on the reading, we're going to do the first 3 chapters in your book. They're not thick chapters, they're not hard reading. I put the optional reading over here. These are, if you don't want to buy the book, that's fine. Just maybe Google some stuff on these sort of topics, and that will help you with when you work on your assignment. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to have you do is look at Module 2, which should be live. I guess we'll see. And then Weebly is making the first page of your Weebly, and screencast is just showing me that you've set up your account and maybe trying to make a screencast, but you don't have to submit it or anything. I just want you to spend like literally 20 minutes here. This should take you 20 minutes. Set up a new account, pick a theme. That's it. Maybe change the first page to CTE 490 or whatever. The thing I love about Weebly is we can change it. So as the Weebly develops, you can make modifications, because I'm not going to tell you exactly how to organize it, or I'm not going to give you really big strict parameters on your website, on your Weebly, because it needs to fit what you need it to do. Okay. So that was like hopefully maybe kind of doing that this week. I don't know. Through osmosis, you would know that that was what we're going to do. Yeah. So anyway, you probably didn't have time to know that. But this reading took me like 30 minutes, 10 minutes a chapter. It's not hard stuff. So that's about a couple hours of work there, maybe. This is going to be a little bit more demanding, but I think fun. So you're going to submit a snip of your Weebly and submit a snip of your screencast. And then you're going to work on flipping a lesson, and you're going to put that in your Weebly. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I have an example. So you're going to create a flipped lesson, which we're talking about like 30 minutes to one class period size lesson. So we're not talking about a unit plan or a week plan, just one 30-minute to one period long flipped lesson. I would say like 30 to 60 minutes. So if you're teaching a block, I'm not looking for a 2-hour lesson, I'm looking for a smaller lesson. And then I'd like you to create a OneNote, and you're going to share that link. And in that OneNote, you're going to link and copy in the standards that you need to address. And so we kind of went over these last week, so it shouldn't be too hard to find them. And if you have questions, I believe the links are in Module 1. I didn't re-put them in Module 2 because you need to get used to going out and grabbing those. Those standards that are set by the State Department of Ed for CTE, both CTE and then specifically for your area of focus. So if you're already teaching, pull your standards for marketing, if that's what you're doing. If you're not teaching in the classroom yet and you want to do accounting, then pull those. So there's flexibility in which standards you're going to put in that OneNote. Okay, I have some things prepped to show you. Here is, let's start with Module 2. You're going to read through all this really interesting information. And I uploaded a couple PowerPoints here to help support your reading. They aren't brain surgery. I think you can get through it fairly simply. Coming down here is where I kind of give you a little bit more information. So as you're reading Chapter 1, I want you to be thinking about an aspect of business education history that you could create a lesson on. And that's what your flipped lesson is going to be about. So it can be as specific as a law case or a court case, or it can be about schools in a certain time period, like the schools in Boston. I'm completely leaving it up to you what you think your students would find interesting and would fit your area of focus. Okay, no more than an hour researching that aspect from Chapter 1. And then you're going to develop a flipped classroom, 30 minutes to one class period, 30 to 60 minutes or so lesson. So you're going to create a subpage in your Weebly that's going to be this flipped lesson example. And I gave you some idea of things to include. Definitely has to have a lesson plan. It definitely has to have a screencast video from you introducing the topic or teaching the topic, 5 to 10 minutes tops, because as you're watching this, we've already hit 5 minutes, and how many of you have already like paused because she's boring? I say that with a smile on my face. But anyway, your screencast, 5 to 10 minutes tops. Don't make it any longer. And that also enables you to use Screencast-O-Matic for free. Any other instructional materials like YouTube, TeacherTube, if you have YouTube is blocked at your school, written stuff, visual aids. I mean, you're just going to look and try to find anything related to whatever the topic is that you're teaching. Create a Quizlet, put 10 terms in there that you would maybe put on a quiz, those kinds of things. So you're going to incorporate that into your Weebly subpage. And do not freak out. If you're freaking out right now because of technology, stop freaking out because it's not hard, and I will help you. I'm here every day, 9 to 3, and I do evenings at like after 8 o'clock. So tutoring on Zoom, and I can help you with the technology part. So it's better to learn now than when you are looking down the barrel of 30 kids coming in every day, as Chancey can probably tell you, and Vincent, I think, right? I forgot the names right. Sorry, I'm looking. Yeah, Vincent. The two in classes already, like they have feet to the fire. So for those of you not in classes yet, this is awesome to learn this technology now because you're going to have it in place when you're teaching, and you can work on other things like classroom management. All right. Also, Creative Teaching Ideas book. This should be italicized. Has a lesson plan, page 6 to 9. Take a look at that. It's very simple. It's perfect. Also gives you a sample of a rubric that we're looking for as well. I'm sorry, I should put that in there, but you want to have a rubric. An assignment in the rubric is also part of your flipped lesson subpage. Okay. And also, do not kill yourself because this is not the first time you're going to do this. Like, this is your first crack at it. So do your best, but do not spend 5 hours on it. Like, spend 3 hours on it, like an hour of research and a couple hours developing the stuff. Then give me a chance to look at it, and I'm going to give you feedback, and you can modify it. We'll see if we have time for that in this class or modify it after class, whatever. But the point being is that lessons are never perfect, and they're always a work in progress until you get about 5 years of teaching under you, and then your lessons get pretty darn solid. So to give you an example, here is an example of a flipped lesson. So in this case, we're talking about, this is from a foundations class I used to teach. What is school and what is it for? So I would see these kids at CWI twice a week, but before they came to class, they had to read this web page. And so they would read the objectives and the introductions, very similar to how I set up the modules. Shocker, huh? Study guide. So that was helpful. I don't know that you'll be able to do this because you may not have a textbook, but those of you teaching might. So again, I'm not going to tell you all the parts. You can even put a placeholder in that says study guide coming and put that in your web page. That's fine. Here's the screen capture lecture. Then I put in a couple of external content, information, fun things for them to watch and learn about. And then, yeah, and that's it. Yours is going to include an assignment and a rubric, which is not included here. I can show you, though, another one. All right, super quick. This is the signature assignment for this particular class. So I give them a checklist over the assignment, instruct them to use the writing lab. I give them some pointers on APA, and then I give samples of it, and then I give them a link to the rubric. So again, I mean, this is not killer. It's like 5 things. So you can do this. You can totally do this. I'm so excited to see what you guys come up with. All right, so that is your flipped classroom lesson that you're going to put into Weebly. You're also going to do, a OneNote. Okay, here we are. You're going to do a OneNote that basically organizes all your standards. And so a OneNote here. Hold on, let me. Okay, so not awesome. Okay. This is OneNote. These up here are different sections. So I'm highlighting the Blackboard section. So as I was learning my job at CWI, I kept notes on things. And so each one of these pages were different notes related to Blackboard. So you're going to do the same thing, except it's going to be called standards. And then in here on your pages, you're going to put like CTE standards, business standards, if that's the ones you're doing, or accounting. So you may only have 2 pages in here. If you have something related to your district specific, you would have like district standards. And this is just a way of collecting information. Like this is, I did this for U of I too. I started listing like key people in different areas. So when I'm trying to find something or someone, it's in there. My contacts are in there. Here's all the tracking on NSF stuff that I've done. What was this? Oh, right, this was a thing. Yeah. Ed scholarships. So yours might look a little bit more like that. Okay, so that's an example of OneNote, and I love, love, love OneNote. If you were to use Evernote, the one with the little elephant, you can use that. I don't care. Either one, they're both the same. Blooms, here's some review on Blooms. If you don't know anything about Blooms or I've never heard of Blooms, would you please email me because I'm assuming you guys have done that. And if not, I want to know. Make sure you check the Quizlet because I have new terms there. All right, here is your Blackboard. You got invites on those. I hope that's helpful and not annoying. I had a friend do that recently for Cub Scouts, and I thought it was awesome. She sent me all the dates for Cub Scouts. I was like, yay, I don't even have to put that in my calendar. All right, here's your Weebly and your Screencast-O-Matic. And your other 2 things are not assignments. They are wikis. So you're going to put your link to your flip lesson in here and your OneNote share link in here. And the reason why I did that is so you can look at each other's information. And so now you're thinking, but if somebody does a OneNote, I'll just steal their stuff and I don't have to do it. Yeah, you can do that, but when stuff changes and you don't know how to navigate the state website, you're going to be in deep trouble. So don't do that. Yeah, because we're all in college. So these are, but I do want you to look at each other's flipped lessons and get ideas. And I do want you to look at each other's standards and make sure, oh, did I forget something? Oh, I forgot that. Let me go find it. Okay, cool. All right, 12 minutes. That is really long, but I think I covered everything. Would you please box me or email if I've forgotten something or glossed over something in my brain that didn't come out my mouth or typed into the lessons on any of the information? And otherwise, I hope you have a lot of fun making your flipped lesson. I love doing all that stuff. So see you soon. Bye.